We don't know why your sales aren't doing so well. We have some suggestions to increase your sales potential. Hello, my name is Steve.
And I'm David.
And you are listening to Anime Plus. This week we are discussing episode 18 of Shoshimin, How to Become Ordinary.
Jogoro's been hit by a car. We immediately jump into the action. Jogoro is being rushed into the hospital with many ouchies. We very quickly find out that he has some busted ribs, a broken femur, scrapes, cuts, concussion, and he is booked up. A car seemingly started to slip on the road, maybe. And in an attempt to stop Osanai from being hit by the car, Jogoro pushed her into a ditch and took the full force of this car.
Yeah, he tried to parkour it and failed.
He got fucked. Watching him roll over the top of that fucking minivan, I was like, damn!
Yeah.
So, homeboy ate shit. As he's in the hospital, Kengo comes to visit him and is basically like, you got fucked up. And Jogoro explains to him that he was on his way to go apologize to somebody.
No.
I don't understand how that started.
The discussion of the guy from middle school?
Yeah, like, I didn't get that.
So, in their conversation, they had brought up how a couple of years earlier, a similar accident happened at the same spot. And it was this upperclassman that went to the same middle school that Jogoro did. Kengo knew about it because people that Kengo knows in the newspaper club also knew him, and so he's just heard the man's name. And then they get to the idea that that person is no longer alive. But it's not due to that accident from years earlier. It's due to potentially self-harm. And this kind of brings Jogoro some stress because he has a connection with this boy that we're not yet fully aware of. I'm pretty sure I know what the connection is. We'll get into that after we get down to the synopsis.
Sure.
And that's the whole, I need to apologize to him. And Kengo's
cool.
like, that's going to be hard to do because he's no longer
with us.
Available.
Cool. So they have this conversation, and then we basically get a recap of this guy getting hit by a car, and we find out that this is how Jogoro met Osanai, because she was also related to that accident as well. And also, Osanai had left Jogoro a note saying that she was going to go basically beat the shit out of the driver.
She visited him in the hospital, but he must have been just knocked out because, femur injuries. Oh, man.
Yup. And a concussion.
Biggest bone in your body? That's going to take some time to heal.
Also a concussion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's in so much pain from like the ribs and the fact that his thigh bone is shattered, or not shattered, but broken and has like screws holding it together. No, that's not a pleasant experience at all because they kept showing the clock.
Yeah.
I started to pay attention to the date on it. Everything we pretty much saw is between December 23rd and December 24th. That was not a flashback. So, yeah.
Damn. It's Christmas Eve.
Yep. I wonder if he and Osanai were supposed to do something Christmas Eve.
And got yeeted by a car.
Yeah.
So then we get this entire flashback of Jogoro basically investigating the accident to this upperclassman. And pretty much the whole point of that is that Osanai was involved somehow, and basically Jogoro does his thing of trying to figure out what's going on. The upperclassman's like, be careful, and yeah, that's kind of the synopsis of the episode.
So here's my theory as to the apology. I believe that Yuki and this upperclassman were in a relationship with each other, and he had saved her from getting hit by the car at that incident. Now, repeated again years later by Jogoro in the same position. I think what he said he needs to apologize to the upperclassman for would be presumably stealing Osanai from him.
Maybe.
That's exactly where I landed with that.
It's an intense episode.
I think this has been the best episode of this series so far. This episode was really good.
Yeah, there was the shock value of watching Jogoro get hit by the car instead of just being like, say don't show.
Like they did in the previous season when Kengo got shanked.
Yeah. No, they're just like, buenos dias, fuckboy.
No, I liked it because of how well it detailed the tension, the disconnection of time and reality for Jogoro as he's in the hospital. Yeah, it was a really good episode. The mystery is interesting. It was easy to pick out a lot of the hints and clues with this episode.
We've said that before and been very wrong.
Yeah. I don't know. It was good. It was really good. The whole interactions between Jogoro and the people that he was interviewing, the other upperclassman who was very uneasy, the one who had witnessed the incident. There was just something about the way the story transpired and how they showed the things. And as we're following Jogoro with his investigation and how it's paralleling with a lot of the same things that he's currently going through. Because you have Jogoro with his extraneous leg injury, and then the discussions in the beginning in his class, the rumor mill about how the other gentleman who got hit by that car in middle school, how he was like, the reigning star of the badminton team, and how it had spun out of reality, the rumors floating around school, and how he's, going to have this leg injury that he's never going to be able to recover from, et cetera, et cetera. And all he did was like sprain his ankles, sprain his wrists, and there was something else messed up with his other hand. But that was due to him kind of like doing a defensive measure against the car, which was theoretically a low impact collision with him. But, car versus man, as he said, is not to be underestimated.
Also, it's not Jogoro getting fucking reamed by the car.
Yeah, Jogoro got hit by that car. That car was probably going, I don't know, maybe like 10, 15 miles an hour. Whereas in the previous incident, that guy's own admission, the car pretty much just bumped him.
Not gonna lie, when he got hit, my immediate reaction was to go Truck-kun no.
We have been conditioned now to think that anybody getting hit by a car is just the catalyst for an isekai story. That's just how it is now.
Bro wakes up in a fantasy world, you're just like, fuck!
What the hell? I'll use my deduction to become the lord of this realm.
A season and a half to set up an isekai? What the fuck?
This took an unexpected twist.
I could see an anime doing that. Not this anime,
No.
but an anime. Being like, yeah, here's a season and a half of like normal, and you're like, yeah, I like this.
This is
and
fun.
Then suddenly, boom, isekai.
Surprise
What?
chuckle nuts. No, this episode was good. I'm telling you, Jogoro wanted to apologize to upperclassmen because he stole Yuki from him.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Yeah, and then now upperclassmen apparently is no longer in existence, so
Maybe.
Guilt level extreme.
Maybe. Because Kengo wasn't.
Kengo was like, look, this is what I've heard. I can't confirm shit. Do with it as you will. And then Jogoro's like, oh, what did I do?
I love that Kengo, even though he puts on this thing that he's like, I don't give a fuck about you, Jogoro.
No, he totally cares about Jogoro.
Still cares about him and shows up that he's in the hospital.
Kengo
I'm like, you are full of shit, sir.
No, Kengo is that character, and we've seen this time and time again, where the self-sacrifice of this man, he will always be there to help you, regardless.
He puts up this front of like, all right, this is where I draw the line.
Yeah.
And then something happens, he's like,
All right.
New line, further down. But after that, done.
Well, he's like, no, line didn't go away, but this is extenuating circumstances. Before I forget it, and before we wrap up, so the original incident from, 6 years earlier at this point, I think?
Yeah.
Was with a van, a minivan, a K car minivan. They said it was potentially blue. The only thing I can think of is this better not be fucking linked to the K car minivan that was present in the previous arc and in relation to the kidnapping arc. If it's that same van, I'm gonna be partially annoyed, but partially like, what's that van got against Yuki?
She got her revenge. She burned it.
Yeah, after 6 years, yes. But now we're getting backstory. And remember how
Goddamn Truck-kun's even getting backstory in this show.
in season 1, we're like, Jogoro mentioned offhand about Yuki and her uncontrollable demonic possession in middle school. I think we're gonna see that.
When she threw the shovel at Urino, I thought she was gonna fucking lose it. And then she's like, oh no, I just have low blood sugar. I'm like, oh, that's what she means when she said she's gotta calm down. Glare.
I feel like this arc that's going to wrap up the season and more than likely the series seems like it's set itself up to just put a really nice bow on the entire story, to fill in all of the holes, all of the gaps. I'm excited. I'm so invested at this point as the series is winding down, like I have never been before with this story.
What's nice about take kneecaps? We're going to open her closet. There's just going to be a collection of kneecaps all strung together.
Anything else?
No. I'm excited to see where this arc takes us.
Yeah, this was a really good series episode. All right, don't forget about the regular episodes of the podcast that come out on Fridays. We are reviewing 3 other shows for the current season: Kowloon Generic Romance, My Hero Academia, Vigilantes, and Lazarus. Again, those come out on Fridays. And
Also,
yeah.
should we tell our Anime Plus listeners about the good news we found out about?
Oh yeah, I still don't know what we're gonna do for the summer season for Anime Plus. We'll figure something out. But Anime Plus will be moving to the back burner in the fall as we welcome the return of weekly Ranma, because season 2 of the Ranma 1/2 remake has been confirmed to begin airing in October.
But as always, check out our socials. Hit us up wherever we want to try to communicate with you. Tell us about how you feel about this week's Shoshimin.
I loved it. It was really good.
And how you felt about the sudden Truck-kun.
Sudden graphic violence within...
Deus Ex Truck-kun.
All right, thanks again, everybody. We will check you guys next time.